Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline at Jovins. I've just come back to answer some of your questions, to thank you so much for other things. And in this particular video, I want to thank people in the diaspora, especially in London, that has responded to our videos. I put out a video to become a money magnet. This video basically is to give you a bit of or a glimpse in how we've managed to come back to the continent. Okay, we chose Ghana because my husband is Ghanaian, I'm Ugandan, okay, for those who don't know, and I'm married to a Ghanaian, and we decided to bring the family to Ghana. We talked about starting the housing, what we needed in there, and in the process we had to work simultaneously. Basically, we worked hard towards that. It was expensive, I'll not be lying to you, especially in terms of transport. The tickets were quite expensive. We traveled towards the festive season, that's Christmas last year, and that I think made it a premium. Other than that, when we got here, we already had a house, we already have the land, and we already have plans of what to do. We started with fish farming. Okay, fish farming, this is our first time doing this, but we're on still hot, sorry. It's quite something that can produce or give returns quick. Okay, besides that, you can sell fish at any stage. Remember, there's school fish, mukene, for those who are from Uganda. You can sell it as that, but if you leave it to increase a bit in size, in kg, you can sell it at that point. I don't know how to say these words in English, but those who understand a bit of my dialect, that's the Ugandan dialect, understand what I mean. But what I say is fish is a profitable business. It's an adventure if you're not allergic and you can eat fish. That's a source of protein as well for your family. So first of all, you start feeding yourself and then feed others and then maybe make money from it. So fish farming, I was attracted to that and I started the fish farm. At the moment, we've expanded and increased the trampoline or tarpaulin, that is the fish ponds. But then we realized that we were really struggling with the water pressures. So we initially had one tank with our electric pump or water pump. It could serve the whole house, but we realized you have to be patient. And then I'm like, if with one pond we are still stressed out with water, we may have to increase that. It's not like that we've run out of the water from the water table, but we need another storage tank. So we've installed a second 2,000-liter storage tank. We also have a well, the well, like proper well, where you drop something, a bucket, to draw the water. We have that, but it's all manual labor, and being alone at the moment, especially when my husband travels up and down, I need to save time. So that is something we are thinking that we should put a pump in that as well. Water problem solved. Then the other project that I've introduced at home here in my backyard is rabbits. I've started rabbitry. I have New Zealand white. The female one is pregnant and the male is healthy. Okay, so we had a strength. Let's see. The major challenge with that was having its house, a rabbit house. Initially, we tried to do it ourselves, but then that didn't work out. So we got somebody to do it. Thought they tried something that can temporarily work, which is functional. It's not what we really wanted. So we are trying to redesign that before we expand that side of things. But we've started the rabbit farming as well. One thing I want to speak to you about, especially people in the diaspora, I've got friends calling, how did you manage to do this? When did you plan to do this? We've tried and it's hard. If you listen carefully to that video, Become a Money Magnet, I've made points or I've mentioned things that can help you slowly. It's not easy, but it's doable. That's one thing I know. Coming from the diaspora, you are at an advantage. What I mean by that is like the currency you hold, whatever the inflation, you can still afford things on the continent. Okay, some of us are lucky, we have family lands, or we can easily buy land. There is vast land here, but we've run out of people who have integrity, whereby you're sure you're paying for something. Sorry. You want to be sure that yes, you may have this pound that can buy things for you on the continent, but you're putting it to use in a way that somebody is not going to dupe you or scam you of that money you've made hard. So I advise, or I'm of the view that if you find something you like through estate agents, for example, if you're not going through the family channel, you have to come in person and seal the deal, okay? Initially, I always encourage people to find a family member to do things, but families have changed as well. Before we relied on networking, which is still good. So we've realized that we are leaning towards friendships than family, because even family can disappoint, and most of us, we are silent majorities. When you go through the family and you get challenged in terms of what they can do and what they can't do, and they don't stay open, you stay quiet. But let's be honest, some of us have had families that have disappointed us in terms of finance or handling of finance. So not to fall out with your family, come in person, go to the estate agents or through your bank, local bank, and get land. If you want a mortgage, that's your choice. But I'm somebody who is like, a mortgage is another problem, especially us from the diaspora. We don't have the same value of things. Something that costs maybe once, let's say $10 or £10, you find that you'll be at £50 because you're from the diaspora. That's just for example. And it doesn't mean that you don't have to come and do something. You can always stand the risk. That we take risks every day and do it, okay? That said, we would hope that will give you the land, and then slowly by slowly you develop it, okay? But for those who have already got land and you've already have houses, which I know, I have no colleagues who already have property here that they've never used. They are not using them as B&B. They are not telling you, maybe you don't say, but the fact remains that, well, I'm going by what you say or what you tell us or what you share with us as colleagues. You're not using it for anything. It's just sitting there, and you're renting in the UK or you're having a mortgage in the UK. So I'm thinking, make it an Airbnb. That's a source of income. If you don't want it to be damaged by others, then I'm thinking you should use it yourself. Why? Start planning on coming home. Kids are in school, lovely. Holiday time, come home. Start investing in the continent in terms of income, meaning put some sources of income slowly by slowly. There's an artist in my country, Uganda, who says when somebody takes a certain percentage, you take the biggest percentage as the owner, but that is the best way to make money, because nobody can make money for you. Let's be honest. If you think you're going to sit there, enslave somebody to just sit and do your jobs or your business without taking a certain percentage, whether you want it or not, then you're really just lying to yourself. Let's be honest. They always pay themselves somehow. Okay? So just put that in mind. I agree that until you're here physically, it's the case. That'll give your mind some peace. And besides, it will not stop you from doing something than staying without anything at all. I like the retirement plans, but I'm not for them completely. Reason being that it gives you this false impression that when I retire, things will be okay. I'm not yet 50 and I feel exhausted. Let's be honest, maybe I'm lazy, I don't know, or my genes are rubbish. But the fact remains that I'm not as energetic as I was before. Yes, we are growing up. I may look capable, but the fact remains I'm wondering by the time I reach the retirement age, is it 70 now or still 65? Some people say it's 55, whichever way. The fact remains that by the time you get that chance to retire officially from that beautiful job, we are tired. Even if you have like, I have enough capital and this and that, I'll do this. By the time you reach that time, things have changed. They are not like you, as you're planning to come with your retirement pay, you're coming to buy this and that, the price will remain the same. It can never be. It will be more than what you're holding in your bank, okay? Or at least you spend a little bit more than you could spend now. That comes to the point that if you're buying land, even if it's not together, just buy those small plots. You can resell them and then buy something bigger. If you want to play safe, then buy an estate or somewhere they plan some kind of housing arrangement. I just wanted the aspirant to know that with time, my worry is, and it still is, we'll be tourists in our own countries. Things as they are today Africa is developing super fast, faster than most of us can catch up, because the prices of things are up there. The standard of living is high. The pound goes a little bit extra, but not as before. So I'm thinking, as time goes on, with this tiny world becoming a global place, or a global market, or a global village, that I call it, you may be played out. Can you invest in your continent, please? There's a lot to do here, loads of opportunity. Okay, I've rested, I'm still resting, but as I rest, I'm doing other small things to add up, to catch up with what I want my real life to be. I believe you can do the same. Other than that, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for watching. And for those responding, that answer is, it is possible. We always have life happening. As I speak, there's life happening here, but we've channeled it in a way that we can handle it, to have this bit of life. It's worth it. Even the children, you are worried about that, oh, how they cope. Actually, it's you worried, but not them. Kids just adapt to things as quick. London is good, Britain is good, wherever you are is good. Kids go to school, talk about class, but it's very rare they have best friends there. If you're thinking, oh, they made friends here, they have made colleagues, or hello, that's it. Have you seen them in your house? Or if it's not a birthday party, do you hear of them? No. Don't fool yourself. Don't deprive your children or family of the opportunity of making a very beautiful network before our generations are disappearing. By the time you come, you may never know anybody. You'll be a stranger in your own place. You look for people you never find, okay? And if you do, it's hard to fit in. And remember, Africa, I don't know about you, but what I've realized, this place is about networking. Who do you know? And who do they know? It's not about your money. It's not about where you're coming from. They may care, yes, but it doesn't work like that. I've noticed very quickly that things we do while they are moving fast is because we know people who know people, and they know other people that have things we need. Not the money. The money comes, yes, the transaction comes through, but after you've reached the destination of whatever you're looking for. Networking, not when you're in Britain, okay? Or wherever you are. I've been in Britain for a long time. That's why most time I talk about Britain. But I believe all diasporan, or people in the diaspora somewhere and everywhere, are thinking of the same thing. Some of you are like, I'll never go back to that trouble and whatever. Yes, but how about the children? You think they want to stay wherever you've taken them? You may die to get this house that they may never even live in. Reason being that there's inheritance tax, stamp duty, this and the other. It's hard to complete the mortgage and really move it to the next generation if that's what you're planning. So I'm thinking it's a good investment, okay? But can you invest in your continent? I love you so much. We chat again next time. From me, Jacqueline, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us. Have a good one. Until then, bye-bye.